What's up guys, CJK1231 back again with another album review. This time we're doing an artist that you probably might not know of unless you're super underground. That is King Malik, Artform. Now this came out also in August, and I have to say I didn't know what to expect since I found it off this underground website because I wanted to give everybody a chance. I didn't just want to review like commercial albums and stuff like that. So even the most unknown guy I was gonna give a chance to, So, and I saw him. I liked the cover. It looked pretty interesting. It was pretty short, which I thought was a pretty good length for someone that's willing to, give an underground album a review, like for the first try. So, anyways, that's what I did. And I have to say, I was extremely shocked. I thought, because a lot of times underground rap albums, at least the ones that I've heard, were super lyrical, miracle, and stuff like that. Well, meanwhile, this one sounds like your basic commercial trap, stunting. It's not mumble rap. I would just label it as like trap music rap. The high BPM beats. Excuse me, I'm just hiccuping now, but man, yeah, high BPM beats. From BPM meaning like the speed of the beats, very up tempo and all that. And beats on here are actually pretty amazing. I can't lie, but it's basically your floss stunting rap album. He stunts and floss on the whole album for all 9 tracks. But yeah, man, these beats are incredible. They're crazy, especially for the type of genre rap that it comes from. However, the lyrics are, you know what I'm saying? But, what can you say? I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I will say that a lot of the features, well, for 9 tracks, there's really not a lot of features, but for the tracks that do have features on, I feel like he gets outdone on by the featured artists. That's one thing I'll say. Not really much to say on this, but I mean, I'll speak individually about the tracks when I go to the favorite ones, but I just feel like, this whole project was an interesting listen to. I mean, it's pretty good for what it is. And, yeah. I'm sorry if it doesn't seem like I have a lot to say. It's just that, for the first try, I didn't expect it. I mean, he definitely knows how to pick his beats out. I will say that. I'll give him that much. I just think that maybe he might need to just... I mean, again, you don't have to listen to me. I'm just a fan who just listens to music. Maybe if he stepped it up a little bit in the lyrical department, he might have something. That's just my opinion. I mean, again, I'm not trying to say, like, every single trap thing has to be lyrical miracle or have some lyrical ability to it. I mean, but just a little bit for this guy. Based off this project that I'm hearing, I've never heard of King Malik before now, so, I mean... This is all coming off of just first-hand listening. So I've listened to this album at least 3 times. At first, only the first half intrigued me, and the rest were like... But as I listened to it the second and third time, I enjoyed the album, but my favorite tracks are still on the first half of the project. So, I mean, we're going to get into that. You might as well get into it anyway, because there's not much to say. It's a very short album. And I think I summarized that all up already. It's your basic stunt and flossing. I got this, I got that, and watch out, because I'll ball on you, stunt on you. This is what I do with my chick, all that type of stuff. That's basically what it is. Yeah, summed up everything. Stunt album, beats are amazing, lyrics are and he gets outshined on the features. I mean, I hate to make it sound that blunt, but I mean, there's literally nothing else for me to, So, anyways, let's get into it. My favorite tracks are essentially... I have 5 favorite tracks out of a 9 album. 5 favorite tracks out of a 9-track album. I'm sorry I'm saying it slow because my phone keeps freezing as we're recording. So, But yeah, I like the first track, I'm For Real. I think it's probably the best... It's between that and Something Special, but my God, that beat, I'm For Real, is crazy. I actually love that beat. I will say Rob J. De Niro does steal the whole show with his flow and his lyrics. It's way better than what King Malik did. Assuming that, because I've never heard of him, I'm assuming King Malik is the first guy on the first verse. I'm assuming. I try to go on Rap Genius, but it's not there, so I can't look up who says what. So I will say this: I think Rob J. De Niro is the guy in the second verse. If not, forgive me, King Malik, if you're watching. I'm sorry, or if anybody that's a fan watching, I'm sorry. Yeah, if that is Rob J. De Niro, comment on the comment section below. Tell me, let me know if that is, so I can give the proper credit. I'll just say this: whoever had that second verse stole the show. I will say that. You know, it's basically the same subject matter as the guy from the first verse that was, you know, talking about stunting and flossing, but the guy in the second one said it and did it way better. Work to Do is another crazy beat. There's just one long verse from King Malik, and you know, it's basically talks about flossing, stunting. What else did he talk about? Cars and money, warning his rivals what he'll do to them, and he gives a shout out to Too Short. So I mean, that's always a thing to salute. You know, salute your legends, salute the OGs, because that's unfortunately something that people in this generation, in the millennial generation, sometimes, not all of them, but majority of them don't really do, is like really pay tribute and respects to the ones that came before that made it possible for people like them to do what they do now. So salute to King Malik for shouting out Too Short, man. God bless you, man. Counting hundreds, not hundreds, hundreds. You know, Icy steals this. I mean, at this point, if the second guy doesn't sound like he was on the album the whole lot, so that definitely has to be Icy. Icy steals this goddamn track again with his lyrics and his flow. I mean, it seems almost like Malik is the type of rapper, based on what I've heard so far from this album. Like, he'll be slow like this, then he'll switch it up and he'll pitch it up high, and then he'll try to experiment with some of his stuff. I mean, this is I Count Hundreds is about, like, you know, same thing, money, floss, and stunting. But then you have something special, which is him trying to talk to this girl about, you know, trying to go out and what they're gonna do. And, you know, in the beginning of the song, it's about him leaving a message. Well, not even leaving a message, but basically conveying. You don't hear the girl's responses to his to what he's saying. It's almost like he's on the phone with the chick talking to her, but you don't know what she's saying because it's muted or something like that. Or he could be leaving the phone message. And I understood it from the intro standpoint, because if he's leaving the message and he's on the other line, and if we're supposed to be we're supposed to be like the female or something, so of course his voice will come through sounding like it's on a voice machine, like it's on a phone. And even though this beat might be the smoothest beat on the whole album, his verse sounds like he spit the whole verse through an answer machine. Like, the quality of the verse is just like way different. It's very low. It's almost like, I don't know if that was a creative idea. I'm always going to shout out somebody for being creative. So if that was your choice, then I salute to you for that creativity. Props for you for that. But the execution was just like, maybe if you would have pitched it up higher to match the sound of a regular verse. Because this, it sounded like the beat was overtaking the verse a little bit. Like, I heard more of the beat than the verse, and the verse sounded like it was through a voicemail. It sounded like a verse through a voicemail, like you would hear on a skit of an album, like if a guy's spitting through like a jail phone. That's how the verse sounded to me, in my opinion. It's still an enjoyable track, you know, but that's just my opinion on it. And then you have Friday with K Keezy, and it gets Rob comes back from the first track. And they steal it again. It's almost, I don't mean to say it in an insulting way. This is not to insult Malik. This is not to insult him at all. You know, the fact that he put some effort into this, and, you know, the lyrics might not do it for me, but these beats are incredible. So, you know, at least he showcased he has a good ear for which sound fits him, at least. for what he feels. You know what I mean? I think it fits him. I just need the lyrics, not even the lyrics, the energy to be better. Lyrics, okay, maybe lyrics and energy. You know what I mean? That's just me. But yeah, they steal this shit. This is just about them like this is like an everyday, I guess, hustler rap. This whole song, you know, them talking about, you know, wake up, I do this, my girl. She, especially the second verse, you know, that he kills it. And if I remember, it's about him waking up, doing stuff with his girl, then his girl waking up a little like a Beyonce. You know, she might want to dance, but then after that, he gotta handle business. And I think the third verse, whoever did the third verse, I don't know which artist that is. I think it maybe it's Rob J. De Niro. He's talking about, you know, him and his girl in the car, fogging up the windows, she riding him, and all that. So, I mean, it's pretty dope, man. So those are the tracks I like, man. Those are my favorite tracks, to be honest with you. The rest of the tracks, not exactly my favorites or anything like that, but they're still good tracks. This is especially the Too Real beat with the I don't want to say screaming, but with the lady, the way she's like her voice pitches up. It sounds like a scream, but the way they sampled it, that's another, again, if it's another creative choice, then salute to you for that. This one actually works. Like, this is a creative choice that actually worked. I really felt natural listening to it. Like, listening to the song, that instrumental really felt natural. It didn't feel like something that, you know, you tried too hard to do, or whoever the producer was tried too hard to do. So at the end of the day, man, 5 out of 9 tracks are I would listen to again. The whole album in total, decent. I would definitely, if he ever came out with something else, I would definitely give it another try to see if he improved or not. You know what I mean? Just because this showed some promise. It shows something is there, at least on the production side. On the rapping side, we can do better, but on the production side, I really liked it. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie, especially that something special like that might be sticking with me. Like, I might actually keep that track. I might if I do buy this, I'm definitely gonna be replaying that track just for the instrumental alone. But the I'm For Real, like those, I'm For Real and Something Special out of my 5 favorites are like maybe top 2. So anyhow, you know what we gotta do? Time to rate this. And as I was thinking about it, I was wondering what I was gonna put it, where I was gonna put it, and I came to the conclusion that I'm gonna give this shit as a project as a whole. I'm gonna give this out of 5. I'm gonna give it a 3. I'm giving it a 3 just because, and this is, again, it's not a bad project at all. Don't make it seem like this is humiliating or anything, because at least one person that I've reviewed so far got worse. This is a 3 because the instrumentals are all great. I like it. The features, they kill it. But the artists themselves, the one that you're forced to pay attention to more throughout the project, his verses were just like, you know what I mean? The only other person that I gave a 3 was to Lil Durk for his album. What is it? Love. I think I got it right here. If you would give me a minute, which is, I'm sorry guys, freaking. Yeah, this album, Love Songs for the Streets 2. Lil Durk and Love Songs for the Streets 2 is the only other album I gave a 3. I'm giving King Malik, Artform a 3. Not because of the same reason, but, you know, for that album for Lil Durk I gave because some tracks, for as long as it was, a whole thing sounded the same. Whereas this album is like all the instrumentals and the features are great, but the verses and the quality of some of the verses are like, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, at the end of the day, not a bad project, at least in my opinion, for what it is. So at the end of the day, I would, if you like trap music and stuff like that, I will give it a shot, especially the first 5 tracks. You know, if you could get through something special, sounding like it's supposed to be him through a voicemail phone rapping the whole song, then you'll do pretty good. Other than that, guys, this is it. CJ Kid. Love you. Be safe. Like and comment. If you like what I'm doing, you can subscribe. Because again, subscriptions are earned, not asked for. So, you know, if you don't feel like it, you just want to like the video, that's always good too. I'll accept that. You know. And if you do happen to subscribe, hit that subscription bell to let you notify when my new videos come up. And hopefully we'll see you for the next album review that I do. The next Friday, because I'm doing Friday 13th reviews. I definitely gotta get back to my video game reviews as well. But yeah, guys, until the next video, peace, and hopefully I'll see you then.